Welcome, students of Topeka West, honored guests, and all viewers. Today, we honor those men and women who have served this nation's freedom and the way of life, the veterans of our armed forces. Whether they have served in war or in peace, the veterans of our nation embrace the pride of service, dedication, and selflessness that make this country the greatest nation on earth. Veterans Day, originally called Armistice Day, was instituted to commemorate the end of World War I, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The guns fell silent, ending the war to end all wars. After World War II and the Korean War, the day was renamed Veterans Day, to honor those men and women who have served their nation in uniform both in times of peace and war. The Continental Color Guard will now be raising the flag, and the Charger Band will play the Star Spangled Banner.
I am Cadet Major Chase Holston, today interviewing for Veterans Day Major Zhang, I believe.
Yes.
With the KU Army ROTC. He's a military science professor, and he's going to be answering some questions so we can do some stuff for Veterans Day. Let's get started with this. The first question I have is, where are you from?
So, kind of a long story. I grew up in China in a town called Zhanjiang, and I actually immigrated to Topeka, Kansas, where I attended the same school you're a part of, Topeka West, where I graduated in 1997. So I claim that I'm from Topeka as well as China.
What does it mean to you to be serving in the Army, or to have served?
Well, good. So what does it mean to serve? I think in order to answer that, you kind of have to look inward, right? Because there are different motivations for each individual why they sign up to serve. For myself, to be very honest with you, I looked at it at the time. The motivational model from the United States Army was very motivating, the all you can be. I feel like there is a piece that is missing of me that I could expand upon by serving. So therefore, I enlisted. I went to basic training in IT, became a aircraft mechanic on a Chinook, the CH-47s. And then that service in itself kind of evolved to where to serve is kind of to give back to a country that has provided for me. As an immigrant, knowing what I know from a different perspective in Asia and China more specifically, I appreciate the foundation the military has provided for me and what this country has provided for me. So service to me is to kind of give back in a way that I see fit into the nation that has provided so much for me. I mean, in addition to that, I believe service in itself is the general public views it as somehow a way to serve and give back. But personally, I enjoy what I do, and that's the reason why I'm doing it. So it's beyond service. It's more of a selfish reason to to have enjoyment out of my life, right? It's being a part of the United States military because of the experiences that is provided to me in addition to the development that I received. I was a Topeka West student for 2 years in 1995 to 1997. I was an okay student. I didn't have to try though, although. So when I came to college, I was underprepared and overconfident. In essence, the military then provided me with a vessel as an immigrant who came to the United States in an underserved community at the time. I didn't have the privilege of having my parents around to help guide and mentor me. So the takeaway message here is, the appreciation I have for the military because it provided that foundation for me to really reinforce who I am as an individual by systematically developing me for positions of increase of authority. The military has provided to me beyond what I have imagined, not only a foundation, but a purpose, as well as their trust in me to conduct a few of the most important jobs that I see within the community.
Something about your family is, do they have any feelings about your service or anything indifferent like that?
Sure. I mean, military sometimes it can be hard on the family because just like any other civilian job, you have to prioritize what is the most important thing. At the end of the day, my family, to me, is the most important factor. So I will communicate with them on a constant basis on my next career move. Where's my next assignment going to be? What do I want to be when I grow up in the Army, right? But generally speaking, my chain of command has supported me tremendously in balancing service in the military as well as being a family man. So that being said, I mean, everything has been mostly perfect in harmony, where I'm able to be a family man as well as a member in the military.
If you had one message for current Speak West students, what would it be?
Nothing in life is given per se. Everything is earned, right? This is what I've learned later in life, is that success now is rented. Everything is rented, that you have to pay rent every day. So continue to work hard, continue to strive to become who you want to become. Don't let obstacles get in your way, because at the end of the day, tough situations don't last, tough people will, right? So be persistent, be resilient, and then work towards the goal that you ultimately want to accomplish, whether that is to become a pilot in the military or just a contributing member of society, whatever that may be. Work to become who you want to become, and don't let any setbacks deter you from your ultimate goal, and continue to work to that goal, okay?
Every day here on campus, we are surrounded by heroes, men and women who have served in our nation's armed forces. Today, we recognize all of them for their service. Eric Childs, who served in the United States Army from 1990 to 1993. Johnny Fields, who served in the United States Army from 1993 to 2019. James Hall, who served in the United States Army from 1990 to 2015. Kelly Patterson, who served in the United States Navy from 1989 to 1993. Jack Reynolds, who served in the United States Air Force from 1987 to 2009. Wayne Sherman, who served in the United States Army from 1981 to 2001. Veterans who serve are sustained by their families. The support of families is absolutely critical to our veterans, and it often goes unmentioned. Today, we honor the sacrifices that family members of veterans make. Here is Cadet Command Sergeant Major Hutchison saying a few words about the veterans and her family.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Major Hutchison, and I have 3 brothers in the military. One left the military, but so I technically got 2 others. The one that left the military, when he was in it, he had an active terrorist around where he was deployed. He was deployed in Germany, and we didn't know if he was okay because he was replying, because obviously he was dealing with what was going on. but he's okay. And then we had another scare when my other brother was still in school in Virginia, and there was an active shooter on his military base, and one of his military buddies went outside of the base and got stabbed or shot by a protester. I don't know which one. They found him the next day. My other, he's my god brother, but he hasn't really came across anything scary. At least he's not telling us. But I'm just so glad my brothers are okay, because I don't want to have that knock on the door, and I don't want to see my mom holding a folded flag. I'm glad my mom hasn't got a folded flag yet. That would devastate me. But I also love hearing their stories. When they come home, they have so much stories to tell, and it's like a bonding time. It's like they're not just the veterans, you're the veterans too. Like, you're living every single moment that they had, because they're telling the story piece by piece. It's like you can vision it. But I'm thankful for their service, and I'm thankful for all you guys' service. And I wouldn't trade my veterans for anything. They're my brothers, my heroes, my support systems. And I just appreciate everybody who fought for this country, who is fighting for this country.
In the 57-year history of this high school, 6 Topeka West graduates have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to their nation. John Thomas Steiker graduated Topeka West High School, 1963. While at Topeka West, John was a member of the swim team and a member of student council. After graduation, he joined the United States Army and became a helicopter pilot, achieving the rank of Warrant Officer 1. He served with the 1st Aviation Brigade, 145th Aviation Battalion, 120th Aviation Company. On December 6, 1965, while piloting a helicopter mission in the Republic of Vietnam, he was shot in the neck by small arms fire and died from his wounds. Warrant Officer 1, Steiker, is honored on Panel 3E, line 136 at the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. He is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the Leadership Education Training Center at Topeka West High School. His military awards include the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Bronze Star, the Air Medal, and the Purple Heart. He was 20 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was laid to rest in Carbondale Cemetery, Carbondale, Kansas. Gary Reed Parsons graduated Topeka West High School in 1965. While at Topeka West, Gary played cross country, football, basketball, and track. After graduation, he joined the United States Marine Corps and achieved the rank of Private First Class. He served with Delta Company, 1st Battalion, 9th Marines, 3rd Marine Division, 3rd Marine Amphibious Forces. While in the Republic of Vietnam, in the Quang Nam Province, on September 26, 1966, he was killed in action by an explosive device. Private First Class Parsons was honored on Panel 11E, Line 20, at the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. He is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the Leadership Education Training Center at Topeka West High School. His military awards include the Purple Heart and the Combat Action Ribbon. He was 18 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was laid to rest in Mount Hope Cemetery, Topeka, Kansas. Ronnie David Wilson graduated Topeka West High School in 1967. After graduation, he joined the United States Army and achieved the rank of Private First Class. He served with Company D, 2nd Battalion, 60th Infantry, 9th Infantry Division. On July 3, 1969, while in the Republic of Vietnam in Long An Province, he was killed in action from multiple fragmentation wounds. 4 other American servicemen died in the same combat action event. By First Class, Wilson is honored on Panel W21, line 1958 at the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. He is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the Leadership Education Training Center at Topeka West High School. His military awards include the Purple Heart, the Combat Infantry Badge. He was 19 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was laid to rest at Memorial Park Cemetery in Topeka, Kansas. James Michael Garrett graduated Topeka West High School in 1965. After graduation, he joined the United States Navy and achieved the rank of Hospital Corpsman 3rd Class. He served with the 3rd Marine Amphibious Forces, 1st Marine Air Wing, Marine Aircraft Group 16 HMM 364. On November 29, 1969, in the Republic of Vietnam in Quang Nam Province, he was on a CH-46D helicopter on an emergency medevac mission. That crew was on their way to transport a wounded service member to receive medical care when their helicopter was shot down. All 7 service members on board lost their lives. Hospital Corpsman 3rd Class Garrett is honored on panel 15W, line 4 at the Vietnam Veterans Wall in Washington, D.C. He is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the Leadership Education Training Center at Topeka West High School. His military awards include the Purple Heart and the Combat Action Ribbon. He was 22 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was laid to rest at Mount Hope Cemetery in Topeka, Kansas. Christopher LeGarland Ramsey graduated Topeka West High School in 1970. While at Topeka West, Christopher was on the wrestling team. After graduation, he joined the United States Marine Corps and achieved the rank of Private First Class. He served with 3rd Platoon, Company B, 1st Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division, 3rd Marine Amphibious Forces. On February 10, 1971, in the Republic of Vietnam, in Quang Nam Province, he was killed in action as a result of multiple fragmentation wounds. Private First Class Ramsey is honored on panel W5, line 93, at the Vietnam's Veteran Wall in Washington, D.C. He is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the Leadership Education Training Center at Topeka West High School. His military awards include the Purple Heart. He was 19 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He was laid to rest at Topeka Cemetery in Topeka, Kansas.
Kyle Gregory Thomas graduated Topeka West High School in 1998. At Topeka West, Kyle had a wide range of interests. He played football, wrestled, and was a member of the Topeka Fencing Club. He was also into woodworking and performed in numerous school plays. His junior year, he chose dance over football, and his senior year, he made the cheerleading team. After graduation, he pursued his interest in dancing with a full scholarship to the Rock School of Pennsylvania Ballet. Like thousands of others in the country, Kyle felt compelled to join the military following the terrorist attack on 11 September 2001. He joined the United States Army and achieved the rank of specialist. His mom said he was very happy, glad to be a part of freeing people and releasing them from oppression. He served with the 2nd Battalion, 503rd Infantry Regiment, 173rd Airborne Brigade. While on leave before shipping out to Italy, where his unit was based, Kyle married fellow dancer Carissa Kari Dyke in July 2002. On September 25, 2003, he was on patrol in Tikrit, Iraq, when a hidden bomb exploded, striking him with shrapnel. He was killed in action as a result of his wounds. On 3rd September 2015, the USD 501 School Board officially designated the new Topeka West JROTC building the Kyle G. Thomas Leadership Education Center. His jacket and his boots can be seen at the Let Center in a display hutch that he made with his own hands. Specialist Thomas is also honored on the Wall of Valor at the building that carries his name. His military awards include the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. He was 23 years old when he made the ultimate sacrifice for his country. He is buried in Memorial Park Cemetery, Topeka, Kansas. The freedoms and way of life that we enjoy today should never be taken for granted. They were bought and paid for by men and women who answered their country's call, many of whom shed blood doing so. Please be mindful of this as you go about your daily routine, and thank you for viewing our video.